Welcome to Hearth and Wild. Settle in, grab a cuppa, and enjoy this tale woven just for you. Greetings, friends. Today we speak of the tale of Cassandra and the bargain that was broken. A tale of voice, refusal, and the return of truth. A tale for our times. They say I was gifted sight, that a God loved me, desired me, and that I, foolish girl, denied him. So he cursed me to see the future and never be believed. That is how they tell it. Still they speak my name like a warning, as if I brought it upon myself. But let me tell you what really happened. Let me tell you what women remember. His name was Apollo, bright one, God of prophecy, poetry, and reason. They say he wooed me with his golden song, that I was beautiful, clever, young. Too young perhaps to know that a God's gifts are never given freely. Except I did know. I had studied at the temple. I had learned the stories. Girls who said no and were turned to laurel, to mist, to silence. So when he said, I will give you my sight, if only you will lie with me, I refused. Not out of pride, not out of cruelty, only because I recognized the shape of a trap. He smiled, said it made no difference, bestowed the gift anyway, the power to see what others could not. Still, when I did not yield, he bent that gift into a blade. He did not take prophecy away. Instead, he made it hollow, a truth no one would ever believe. And what use is truth if no one listens? I saw the war before the first ships left the harbour. I saw the blood tide rising. I saw Troy's walls trembling long before they cracked. Yet when I warned them, they laughed. When I told my brothers, do not trust the Greeks bearing gifts, they rolled their eyes. When I stood on the palace steps, hair wild, hands shaking, and screamed, there are warriors inside the belly of that horse, they called me mad. So the gates opened, and the horse came in. And at night, while the city slept, the Greeks poured out, steel in hand, fire at their backs. I ran through the streets through smoke and blood and ruin. I watched my people die, watched the temple burn, watched women dragged by their hair. Still, I was not silent. They say I went mad, but what else do they call a woman who refuses to stop speaking when no one wants to hear what she has to say? I wasn't mad. I was mourning. And I kept speaking, even when the city fell, even when they took me across the sea, even in Agamemnon's halls where I walked like an omen amongst men who laughed in the face of my truth. Yet even then I did not yield, because here is what they never understood. You cannot curse that which you do not own. Prophecy does not belong to Apollo. It was never his to give or to twist. It lives in the belly of the earth, in the women who bleed with the moon, in outcasts and dreamers, in the moment before the lie takes root. So when the curse came, I did not fold. I planted it, buried it in silence and waited. I waited until women like you began to listen. Now I walk with you, not in myth, but in courtrooms, clinics, climate summits, in protest by rivers no longer clean, in the quiet breath before the whistle is blown. I am the mother begging for ceasefire, the elder holding truth in a stolen tongue, the healer arrested for offering sanctuary, the girl raising her voice in a school that won't say her name right. When you speak of poisoned waters, they will say you are mistaken. When you speak of stolen lands, they will call you divisive. When you speak of the trees, the fires, the rising seas, they will ask for your evidence. They will not believe you. at first anyway. But still you must speak, because I did not become what they feared. I became what they forgot. A witness, a well, a warning. And now when they call your grief dramatic, your knowing inconvenient, and your truth too uncomfortable, remember me. I am not the tragedy, I am the return of truth, the breath before awakening, the voice behind your ribs that will not stay quiet. The curse is broken. Speak. And do not wait to be believed. Wait only to be clear and rooted and brave. Because history may repeat, but so do voices. And this time, when we remember together.